his home though. No, he living solo. Vertebrae, got this broken to his place. This shit in his face, yeah. From then I say it's evidence you entertain my loyalty to infiltrate the only woman that I claim to risk your life to get some strange. All my anger is a pain. You didn't know that I'm a saint. I will blow your up. Then I again. Gone, feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chillers in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting cold.
It's Madden.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence. And incomplete to open things up. You get a look at their key inactives for this week's game, and Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree, because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Lawrence airing it out, looking for Ridley. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. This is taken at about the 14. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the 2nd overall pick out of BYU, now in his 2nd season. And that's Zach Wilson.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Wilson. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to take possession That's his second. quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Lawrence to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
25 yards that time.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The Ravens at 500, sitting at 5-5. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. There's Wilson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They brought a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. Fourth down. Here's Wilson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up first and goal.
Only a yard that time, second and goal. One more time with Dobbins. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Again, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. Oh, that's offline. He hooked it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So first and goal quickly turns into fourth and goal, and then fourth and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
Well, the final weekend of November is upon us. Boy, can you believe December right around the corner? Always seems to get here quickly. But coming up tonight, we wrap up the holiday weekend with the Packers and Eagles from Philly at 8:20 Eastern. And tomorrow night, we wrap up Cyber Monday with the Steelers and Colts from Indianapolis. From the 25 on second down, Lawrence. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
10 more there and another first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Here's Lawrence. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second, because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Lawrence will throw. And he'll just get rid of it. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Yards is the distance on the punt there, and that will come the offense as they take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And partner, I know so far we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears?
How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was he?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
On 3rd down, Wilson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade American. And the Jags are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
They'll start on the ground, ETN. And this lines up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Lawrence finds the open target, Arnold. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
He's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. Yes, he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. It's a throw again is Lawrence. Screenplay, here's ETN. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run with ETN. Oh, what a move. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Alert. Opposite.
Now Lawrence to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage
has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep him out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And they'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. It's the fullback. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take possession. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unlock.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On 1st down, Lawrence airing it out, looking for Ridley. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Now Lawrence. Caught on a slant. Touchdown. Zay Jones as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we now go down past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game, we skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. All eyes on Zach Wilson leading his team back out for this next drive. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you got to get your confidence going.
So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down. From the gun, it's Wilson. That went into the hands of Tony downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Wilson's throws on target to Duvernay. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Devon Hamilton busting through to get him for a loss of 6. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my...
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Kadarius Toney hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have got it back to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think they give a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
And the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Block it, block it.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. As the offense reemerges, there's wide receiver Kadarius Toney leading him out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. In that play, they wound up losing yardage.
And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles. At that time, a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
23 yards on the play. And Charles, the red challenge flag making an appearance. Doug Peterson not liking what he saw there. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll find Bateman once more. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
I know we just saw a nice throwing.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay,
so the challenge there unsuccessful, and that means that he'll be out of challenges from the remainder of this ballgame. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And some room to roam now. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line. They'll run with Dobbins. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Dobbins, touchdown, Baltimore. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take. they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll look to ETN to start things out. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lawrence got his man complete over the middle. It's Arnold. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And the tight end is certainly in position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the question now, can they get closer on 3rd down? A field goal from here, you're looking at right about a 52-yarder. Now Lawrence. And he wisely will throw that one away.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Riley Patterson on. A lot of pressure on this kick. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Patterson's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ballgame, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Now Wilson on 1st down. Open man is Duvernay. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. This offense on third down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Wilson. Right back to Tony. He's got another one. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. There's Wilson to throw. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Wilson will throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Wilson. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have taken a 4th quarter lead. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars. Down 20-17, 2:15 remaining. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready?
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Man open, here is Jones. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 51 yards. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got first down in field goal range already. Here's Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. It's Arnold. And finally down. They work it inside the 10 to the 7. Lawrence. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. For the lead, here's third and goal. Throwing now, Lawrence. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are on time. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Wilson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit, get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Pass knocked free there by Tyson Campbell. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards yards on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They're on to the fourth quarter now, by the way, at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. And give that one to the Broncos as they wind up winners there. Russell Wilson, 2 touchdown passes in the W. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Back to throw, Lawrence. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Arnold. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Every eye in the stadium locked in on Riley Patterson. This a long one from 54. It looks good, and it is good. From 54 yards away, he bangs it through. And the Jaguars have won the game. So 3 points, the deciding margin, and the kick no good at the end.
When I'm in my zone and get it going, Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh, no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong, like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party when I come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you shit wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now. Cool, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party when I come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Yeah, you in the league, but you ain't hooping around and tear you out. Before you judge me, you need to go and wipe the mirror off. Try to turn me down, the only thing you do is veer off. you're not who they appear at all. If you want to talk, then you wouldn't hear it cheer at all. But I ain't got no top, I don't need a chandelier at all. I ain't got no talk, cause I be really out my mind. When the hate don't work, I guarantee to get the line. They all talk, dog, it's a room full of brinds. I'm royalty, that means that it's in my bloodline. All hail the king, made the president resign. And if I'm not the king, then I'm making doves cry. I'm stepping on the scene like I never did reply. I ain't gotta justify, I'm cool. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted on my cardio, I used to get the run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, one o'clock time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out.
Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm ballin' like a vet. Talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh. Then the juke move, Heisman, stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. It's not a game, it's not a game. Banging on your chip when I come through the paint. Never been about the money or the fame. But when it bring both, so here we go again. Wins on the road, yeah, I got those. Couple records that I hold, yeah, I got those. It's the playoffs, the team just got home. We ain't going outside when it matter most. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo, Porso, photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo, Porso, photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Top floor, top dog, like I just signed a TDE. Gang, 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 gang. Know we all gotta eat. Up late, bills due, rent due, I ain't been asleep. Looking in the mirror, all I see is everything that I wanted to be. My city depended on me, that's on G.O.D. Grew up watching my mom become what daddy couldn't be. I ball like MLB, these Bottega boots ain't cheap. My car ain't got no key, I push the start to start my week. I'm in this photo, Porso, photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo, Porsche, so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter.